It's March the 22nd, 2024, and it is a rainy, cold day here in South Carolina. I wanted to go down there and film where I usually do, but today it's just too rainy. So I'm here in my backyard today, sitting on my back porch. As you can see, I got my horses back here just chomping away on hay. They don't mind the rain at all. But anyway, today's video, I want to talk about things that I've learned since I've gotten sober. And I gotta say, just off topic, man, that video yesterday that I did, that got a lot of views. I wasn't trying to scare anybody and make anybody think that I was leaving. I didn't even think about that when I titled the video, but looked like a lot of people thought I was quitting or something. That wasn't the intention I was trying to do with that video. I didn't even think about that when I titled it. It was just a goodbye letter to alcohol. So anyway, I'm not leaving, not going anywhere. That was just my goodbye letter. And to anybody out there, if you haven't tried doing that yet, I gotta say, that really was that was something else doing that. I have to say that. And it really made me think about just, you know, all the reasons that I drank. And I don't know, it was just really therapeutic, especially just to say goodbye. And you know, the day before that I was talking about how alcohol was like my best friend, and then just to write that letter, I mean, it was really impactful for me. And I would highly suggest doing it if you haven't done so. If you're thinking about it, just grab a pen and a piece of paper and just give it a shot. It was like, seriously, no, I didn't even have to even think about it. I mean, I just put the pen to paper and it just basically just wrote itself. I mean, I'm not joking. I didn't have to sit there and like think or anything. I just started writing and it just happened. So I would definitely give that a shot. But like I said, today I want to talk about things that I've learned since I've gotten sober. And one of the things that I've learned about myself since getting sober is how much stronger of a person that I actually really am than I ever thought that I was. You know, I have been through so many medical problems since I got sick the first time. And it's one of those things that, you know, you always, you know, if anybody's sick or something like that, if you've never gotten sick before, you know, if you hear about somebody that's gotten really sick, you think, you know, I would think to myself, you know, I don't think I could ever handle that. I don't know how they deal with that. But once I got put in that situation and had to go through it all, I really found out how much stronger I am as a person than I really thought that I was. I never thought that I would be able to go through the things that I have and be able to deal with it. And not just the health-related issues, but just any kind of problem in general. You know, like I've talked about, you know, so many times on here, is that I used alcohol as a vice in order for me to you know, to numb away my problems, drink my problems away so I could forget about them. And, you know, like I've said too, when you drink, your problems, you know, they're still there. You know, you can drink them away where you forget about them, you pass out, you wake up the next morning, but that problem still is going to be there the next day. It doesn't matter. And, you know, since I've gotten sober and had to face my problems head on, it's just so much easier to do it that way. You know, handling your issues with a clear head, actually being able to think your way through the problem opposed to just getting drunk and, you know, hoping that they just go away. You know, actually solving whatever the problem is. I've had so many things happen since I've gotten sick. So many problems have gone wrong here, where back in the day, I would, like, totally lose my mind if something like that happened. And you know, I would run around the house and just be upset, and I would just act like an idiot. And now looking back at how I used to react every time that something would arise, you know, now I just kind of take it, you know, okay, there's a problem, what are we gonna do to fix it? And I just find that I just handle everything in life so much better than I used to. I just had the hardest time dealing with any kind of problems back in the day. And I don't know how I could have gone through all the stuff that I've been through if I wasn't sober. There's just no way I could have done it. And I just have to say that being sober and dealing with your problems it's a night and day difference, for me at least. Another thing that I've learned too is that I can actually have fun without alcohol. That was one of my biggest fears when I was still drinking, is what am I going to do for fun when I don't drink anymore? What's my life going to be like without alcohol? And I always thought that life was just going to be just so boring, and I was going to be bored out of my mind. There wasn't going to be anything fun to do, because every single thing that I did fun, I'm sure a lot of you out there, watching this video, can definitely relate with this. Everything had to have alcohol included in it. I mean, it just, everything had to. And I wouldn't do any kind of functions or anything if it wasn't involved, or if I couldn't sneak it into whatever I was doing. But now that I'm sober, it's just, I've realized that I actually can really have a good time. I don't have to be intoxicated in order to have a fun time with my family, with my friends. My conversations are so much more in depth now. I wasted so much time on just ridiculous conversations with people. And one of the things also, and I didn't even write this down, is that I don't hang around with people that I just don't want to be around anymore. And I used to do that a lot when I drank, because I wanted to have somebody around with me if I was drinking sometimes, or I wanted to go to a bar or something like that. And being in those situations and talking with those people, they were just mindless conversations that I would have with people, especially with people that I really didn't even want to be around. And I don't associate with people that are not like-minded like me. I mean, I just don't go out and hang out at bars anymore, I guess is what I would say. My life's just a lot different now. But the people that I do talk to and associate with, our conversations are just so much better. It's just not drunk talk anymore. It's just a bunch of conversation that didn't mean anything. And now my conversations actually have a lot of meaning behind them. I really think about what I'm going to say before I talk. There were so many times back in the day when I would drink and I would say things and I would offend people, and I just wasn't thinking about what was coming out of my mouth. And now I really think before I speak. And that's a huge difference from where I used to be. So that's another huge thing I've seen since I've gotten sober. And another thing too is I'm just not acting like a fool anymore. And I've said this, and you guys can believe me or not, but I really used to act really crazy back in the day, and I was always pulling stunts. I was always doing something ridiculous, and I just don't do that anymore. I'm back to being who I am as an actual person, pretty quiet and reserved. Chicken just jumped over the fence back there, but I'm just more quiet and reserved, and I'm not out there screaming and hollering and just acting like a fool. I just don't do that anymore, and it's so much more of a relief. That I don't have to wake up the next day and have somebody give me a call and tell me, man, you were acting so stupid last night. Like, what were you thinking? I don't ever have to deal with that anymore. I wake up every single morning, I got a clear head. I know what I did the night before. Which leads into another thing, and I do have this written down, but my mental cognition is so much better since I've gotten sober. I remember every single thing that happens. There were so many times I would have a conversation with somebody, or something happened the night before and I wouldn't remember anything. Now my mind is like a bank vault. I mean, once it goes in there, it does not leave, and I remember every single conversation I have verbatim. I never have to worry about not remembering what happened the day before or 2 days ago or whatever it is. I have complete memory, recall on everything I do, everything I say, and I'm telling you that that alone is such a nice thing to have, not having to worry about that anymore. And I'm telling you, it the anxiety that used to come along with that was terrifying. There were so many days when I just had no recollection of what had happened the night before, and I just don't have to worry about that any longer. Another thing that I've noticed too, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there, and I think I've seen some comments of people who have said this as well, but food, my palate has changed so much ever since I quit drinking. And I was a chef for many years, and I always had a pretty good palate, and you have to have a good palate in order to be a chef. I mean, you have to know what good food tastes like. You have to be able to know what something needs. You just have to have a defined palate in order to be a chef. And my palate has gotten so much better ever since I quit drinking. And I think one of the things, too, that comes along with that as well is that I used to smoke. And that definitely destroys your palate. But my palate has changed a lot as well. Now, I don't necessarily know if that's for the good or not, because I used to eat a lot of really salty food back in the day, and I think I did that because I wanted to increase my drinking. I just ate a lot of salty stuff. If I ate something, it was something salty. I'd eat some, salty peanuts or salty chips or pretzels, something like that that would, get my thirst going. But now I really don't like salt at all. I don't add salt to any of my food. Now, I did have to cut back on my salt intake because of my ascites and all that kind of stuff, which I do think that did play a huge role in my palate changing, because once I cut the salt out of my diet, I really noticed a huge difference. My sensitivity to salt has increased so much, but also, I just really like sweet food a lot more than I ever did. I used to hate stuff like cakes or cupcakes or cookies or candy or any of that kind of stuff. And this is the part where I'm saying I don't know if it's for a good thing. Now, I don't indulge and eat anything that's sweet like that often, but once again, my palate has moved over more towards sweeter foods. And I don't know if that's because my body just wants more sugar. Because when you do pull the alcohol away from your life, your body's craving that sugar. That could be a part of it, but I just really think that, I don't smoke anymore, and I don't drink, and I just don't have that, that funky aftertaste in my mouth the next day after a heavy night of drinking, especially smoking cigarettes all night long. But my palate's so much cleaner now. I can really just pick up on taste so much better. Just stuff like a steamed vegetable, where before I would have been like, oh, I'm not eating that, a plain steamed vegetable. But now, like a steamed carrot or something like that, I mean, I can really tell the difference if, between different types of varieties of carrots or whatever it may be. I can just really pick up on the flavor of the vegetable. And I can really tell when it's a really high quality vegetable, if it's an organically grown vegetable opposed to like an industrial grown vegetable or something like that. And you guys know what I'm talking about, especially something like tomatoes. If you go to the store and buy a store-bought tomato versus a tomato that you grew in your own garden, the taste is a night and day difference. A tomato in the store basically tastes like flavored water a little bit, but a real homegrown tomato that you picked right off the vine, that's been sitting in the sun all day long, I mean, it's totally different. And I can definitely tell the difference in my food now. Another thing, this is huge, is I sleep so much better now that I don't drink any longer. I used to go to bed really late at night, and I would wake up really early in the morning. Now, I've always gotten up early in the morning my whole life, but I just had for one, I would stay up late because, I was drinking. But two, I just had a hard time getting to sleep sometimes, especially if I had passed out at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I would wake up and then I'd stay up all night long. But my sleep has just improved so much. I sleep, mainly throughout the night unless I have to get up and use the restroom. Another thing, I don't wake, this is a huge one for me too. I don't wake up in the middle of the night so thirsty. I used to wake up in the middle of the night and would like those big like 32-ounce tumblers. I would fill that thing all the way up to the top with water and would chug the whole thing and then fill it back up again and drink more of it. And my stomach would be so full of water because I was just so dehydrated. I never wake up in the middle of the night thirsty anymore, ever. At all. I can't remember the last time I woke up in the middle of the night and needed something to drink. I honestly really can't remember. And that was every single night back when I used to drink. I woke up every night in the middle of the night just so parched. And not anymore. Not at all. This one's kind of a gross one, but I'm just going to say it. I don't have diarrhea any longer. Now, some of the times when I've had like pancreatitis and stuff like that, when I've had like some serious health stuff going on, yeah, I've had like a really messed up stomach, especially when they put me on the lactulose. But just normal day-to-day life, nope, not anymore. And I used to spend a lot of time in the bathroom, especially when I drank. Every morning I would, have to sit on the toilet for like an hour, and I'm not joking. I would just have to go in there and sit. I mean, my stomach would be so messed up, and not anymore. Like I said, if I have to take the lactulose because my ammonia levels are high or something like that, yeah, my stomach will get messed up, but that's only here and there. Talked about that already. My anxiety is basically gone now. I don't have much anxiety at all. I do have some anxiety. I have to be honest, when I go to the doctor or the hospital or something like that, especially if I have a procedure, I do get highly anxious during those periods of time, but that's so few far in between. Now, I do go to the doctor a lot, and I still get really nervous when I go, but it's not like I go every single day. I do go to the doctor about once a week. I have so many different doctors I have to see, but at the same time, I've talked about this, I used to be afraid to drive, especially on the interstate, especially when I get up to like a stoplight. I was always afraid of left-hand turns because I would get stuck in that left turning lane at a stoplight. That's completely erased now, and I don't have any more anxiety like that, and I'm telling you, it was debilitating back then, and now I just go through life completely fine. If I have to go somewhere, especially when I would wake up like really early in the morning, let's say my wife told me, I need you to take the kids to school in the morning, back when I used to drink, and if I had to do that, oh my gosh, my anxiety would be so bad when I had to drive. I would have both hands on the steering wheel, my knuckles would be white because I would be gripping it so hard. I would sweat. I mean, it would just scare me so bad, and not anymore. I don't have that kind of anxiety any longer. My blood pressure and my heart rate are perfect now. And when I used to drink, my blood pressure was through the roof, and my heart rate was as well, and not anymore. Every time I go to the doctor, my blood pressure, now I did go to the doctor like 2 weeks ago, and my blood pressure, or 3 weeks ago, my blood pressure was through the roof when I went, but I was really stressed out during that period of time. But any other time I go to the doctor, my blood pressure is perfect, heart rate's perfect, and I always get compliments about that. And from where I used to be to where I am now, I mean, that's a huge improvement. It's amazing how much better my blood pressure has gotten since all this has happened, since I got sober. I don't have headaches all the time any longer. I used to have a headache all the time, and I'm sure that had to do with high blood pressure, the fact I was always hungover, but not anymore. Now I still get headaches, especially during this time of year right now with the pollen the way it is. I will get headaches pretty often because of the pollen, but any other time, not really. And I'm telling you, I used to eat Advil like it was candy, and now I can't take NSAIDs anymore. I can't take any over-the-counter pain relief medications or anything, but I just don't have headaches like that any longer, and I'm telling you, it feels so much better not to have them. I enjoy life just so much better now that I'm sober. Life just has so much more meaning to it. Like I said, my conversations have so much more meaning to it. My days are so much more fulfilling now. You know, and I stay pretty busy, as busy as I can, and you know, pretty much every moment of my day is filled with something. I'm always trying to do something to stay busy. Just the amount of productivity that I have now, opposed to back then, it's amazing. You know, in any time that I have some free time, I'm always tinkering with something or doing something. And you know, back in the day, I had so many things that had piled up on me. So many things that had broken that, you know, years had gone by. I'd never, you know, taken the time to try to fix them. And now if something breaks or goes wrong, I mean, I immediately address it now. You know, let's say, for instance, a doorknob falls off. Back in the day, I would put that off for a couple weeks and would say, I'm going to get to it, because I was always so hungover and felt so bad. But now, if something like that happens, I don't even think about it. I just grab a screwdriver and fix it, and it's whatever. I mean, stuff breaks, and my level of productivity now is just so much better now that I don't drink anymore. I don't lay around in the bed all day long on my days off, you know, with a hangover, just feeling like crap all day, and I wasted so much time back then just being hungover. So many days lost being hungover, and not anymore. I can't tell you the amount of days I just laid in the bed and watched Netflix all day long because I felt so horrible. And I just wasted so much time. So many things I could have been doing that were productive, and now I never do that anymore. Unless I just don't feel good, I will lay down. But when I do, I feel horrible about it now. I can't stand laying in the bed. But there are times where I have to just because I just don't feel good. But that's pretty much it. As far as my list is concerned, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's all I have for today as far as that's concerned. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I really do appreciate it. I do want to really quickly touch on a couple of things really fast. I do want to say thank you so much to everybody that's bought merch over the past week or two. We got some people that bought merch in Tennessee, New York, Virginia, Utah, and Oklahoma. So thank you so much to all you guys that purchased merch. I really appreciate it. My wife wanted me to let you guys know that there is one mug left as of right now. There's only one. But she did start a sale on the merch. She's calling it a March Madness sale. So if you buy any two items, you get 15% off. If you buy 3 items, you get 30% off. And only for this weekend, if you buy any merch, you get a free keychain with your merch if you buy anything over this weekend. So if you guys are interested, you know, please hop on the Amazon store. The links for the merch are in the description. I think I've only got like 2 shirts. There's only a couple links, but if you just go to those links and then click on Carolina merch, that'll take you to everything that's on the Amazon store. All the shirts are up there. You got the pink, the green, the white, and the gray. The baseball hats. There are some tumblers up there as well still. And a couple of other items that are up there on the store. So if you guys are interested in buying merch, there's a sale going on right now. And like I said, if you purchase something this weekend, we will put in a free keychain for you as well. They're really neat looking. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pause this video and grab it so I can show you. Alright guys, well, I got the keychain here. So that's it right there. And it's got the 33 on the back. Don't mind my key that's falling apart. That's taped together right now. But like I was saying, right now we've got that March Madness sale going on. So you buy 2, 15%. You buy 3, you get 30%. And for this weekend only, we're giving away free keychains. So just hop on that link. Just go to the description. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. We have every single t-shirt on the Amazon store now. We have the pink, white, green, and the gray. They're all up there. And last but not least, before I hop off of here, I did want to say that I have had a lot of people lately that have been donating to the channel through Super Thanks, and I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's donated through Super Thanks. I cannot thank you enough. You have no idea how much that actually really does help me. It really, really does. But I do want to say, if you guys are interested, the one thing is, if you do want to donate to the channel, the one problem with Super Thanks is that YouTube takes a cut of that money, so I don't get it all. If you would like to donate to the channel, and no pressure, I just want to put this out here for you guys so you know, because I don't talk about this very often. I think I've only brought it up once or twice. But if you go in the description and scroll down to the bottom, there is a link for my Cash App on there. If you donate to my Cash App, I get every single penny that you donate to me. And I cannot tell you how much that helps me out. I really can't. So thank you so much, anybody that's donated. I'm not trying to pressure anybody. I just want you guys to know that if you are interested in donating to the channel, and you do have Cash App, if you want me to get every penny that you have donated, Cash App's going to be the way to go. Because like I said, YouTube takes a chunk, and a pretty hefty one at that. But if you send it to me through Cash App, I'm going to get every single penny that you send me, and I'm not going to get taxed on it. Now, of course, I'll probably have to pay taxes at the end of the year, but like I said, I'll get every dime that you send to me, opposed to if you Super Thanks me. And if you want to Super Thanks me, I completely understand. If you don't want to do the Cash App thing, I totally get it. And like I said, this is no pressure. I just wanted to let you guys know that via YouTube, I will get taxed. If you send it to me through Cash App, I will get every single cent of your hard-earned money that you want to send to me. And I can't thank you guys enough. To everybody that's donated to the channel, it really does help me out tremendously, and I greatly appreciate it. And thank you so much to everybody who's gone on there and bought the merch. I really appreciate that too. Not only does it help us out, but also, you know, if you buy the merch, you're out wearing it around, somebody might see it, and you know, it might be one more person, and it might say, hey, what's that on your shirt right there? And you could tell them about the YouTube channel, and maybe they'll come and check it out, and it might save their life. So with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here for today. Don't forget, tomorrow I've got that talk with Slayer Sober. I will be doing a regular video tomorrow, but Sunday I will be uploading the interview with Slayer Sober. And I'm really, really looking forward to this talk with him. I think you guys are going to find it really interesting, like I said. So with that said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here for today. Like I said, it's a rainy, yucky day out here, and I think I'm just going to go inside and just hang out for a little bit. But you guys have a wonderful weekend. Have a great Friday night tonight. And until tomorrow, I will see y'all then. Love you all so much. Bye-bye.